Non-exhaustive patterns and function. How to read this error and how to fix it. For example, let's look at this simple data type definition. This is just something like a Boolean type. I will call it B, and it has two values, either true, either the false. And they have this function f from this type B to integer. And if I define this function for false to return 0 and stay this definition as it is. And now I will try to run my function with false. As you can see, it returns to me 0 as I expected. But if I run the true value for it, you see this error. How they read this error? So here you can see the file name where this error happened. Here you see the line number 4 where this error happened, and next you see the columns from 1 to 7 in the line where this error happens. And the reason why this happened is because I'm not defining the case then to define my function for when they have the true as an argument. And of course I need to define it, and to define it like 1, okay, for true value. And now if I run, we can see that we have no error. Another case then you can catch this error is then, for example, you using words. For example, what if you have some function g from integer to string, okay, and you define this function g as or using some words. For example, you can say if g is greater than 0 when you defined it as greater than 0, and in the other case, if g is less than 0, then you define it as less than 0. Okay, now let's compile this function. We see this error. Of course, I need to provide here the argument, some value x, for example, and here to compare this x. Okay, what if I run my g with 1, for example? You can see here that our 1 is greater than 0, so we return this string. If I run it with -1, so I think we need to use braces here. If I run it with -1, you can see that it is less than 0. But what if I run my function with just 0? You can see this exception about what we're talking about. Not exhaustive patterns and function g. This happens because we forgot this case here. And if we defined it, now we can run our function again, and you can see this is 0. So you can find this function, this error, non-exhaustive patterns and function, in one of these cases, and now you know how to read it and how to fix it.